Today's guest is one of my favorite young Broadway leading ladies. She made her debut in The Little Mermaid, headlined Love Never Dies and Les Miserables in London, and now she's back on Broadway playing Christine Daae in The Phantom of the Opera, just in time for the show's 25th anniversary. Please welcome Sierra Boggess.
Hello.
Hi, Sierra.
Ooh, what an
Welcome
intro.
back to New York.
Thank you so much.
You've been a London lady for a while.
I have.
Yeah.
I've been only back in New York a hot second.
Yeah.
And I already love it because the pace of life is still what it is. You just get swept up in it.
Yeah. And
begin again.
You're definitely swept up in Phantom. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
like right back in this. You've been in Phantom world, in and out for many years.
Yep.
You were in the Las Vegas production.
Yeah.
And then you did Love Never Dies in London, which I loved. And you did the 25th anniversary concert
Yep.
in London, which we all saw on DVD and Blu-ray or Netflix.
Oh.
I watched it on Netflix a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you're streaming.
Oh,
You're streaming right now. Right now, someone is streaming you.
Someone's watching me?
And now and I know you're a big theater nerd and you're a
Yep.
Phantom nerd.
Yeah.
So actually stepping on the majestic stage where this thing all started on Broadway, what is it like to actually be in it now?
It's really cool. It is really cool. It is like, every Phantom set and everything has been just ever so different and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Vegas was it was the Las Vegas
Vegas was
spectacular.
crazy, like the chandelier exploded.
Massive and everything. Yeah, it did, basically. And then, and of course, Royal Albert Hall being such a grand arena and stuff.
Yeah.
The set on Broadway, it feels actually much more intimate than I'm used to because of what I just said. So I am enjoying working this one out too.
Yeah.
So I don't have trouble finding the character anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I can click into her so easily now, which is really nice. So I can just focus on the technical elements right now in these rehearsals and stuff.
Right. What was it? I saw you in London last month
Yeah.
as Fontaine. You were incredible in the show.
Thank you so much.
So you packed up your bags, died one last time.
Yes.
Got on a Virgin Atlantic flight, right?
Yeah. Had a few drinks with my cast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is it? I know you probably get really close to these casts.
Yeah.
And I know that your fiance,
Yeah.
Ken Mutu, is part of that cast.
Yes.
So are you just like missing him bad?
He and I are used to being apart actually
Yeah.
because we've been together for 3 years and you know a lot of it has been me here and him there and stuff. So, but you're right, I get very close to each cast that I'm in, and especially with shows like Les Mis and Phantom, they are so family oriented, really.
Yeah.
And so I miss the girls from my dressing room and everybody on the barricade. I have the best time when I'm doing Les Mis. I do. It's so much fun. So, but iMessage is such a great thing because you can text people for free if they have iPhones.
Right.
So
right.
I keep in touch.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't even have to be in the same city anymore.
No. No. That's overrated.
So we're building up to this gala on Saturday, the 26th.
Yeah.
What's the gala going to be like?
I have a feeling that it's going to be something quite special. I think that we can expect some appearances from people and,
Nice.
and things like that. So I know whoever is going to be making their appearance, I'll be really excited about.
Well, when you did it in London,
Yeah.
now streaming on Netflix, there were some former Phantoms there, and Michael Crawford was there, and
Yeah.
Sarah Brightman was there, and Lloyd Webber. What is it? Are you just used to being around these people now?
Andrew and I have a great relationship.
Yeah.
We've known each other for over 6 years now, which
Yeah.
is cool. And so I am used to being around him, and I enjoy being around him a lot. And Michael Crawford, I can't even tell you, I spazzed out on him the first time I met him so much because, as we know,
Barbra Streisand.
Here it comes. I love Barbra
Friend of Barbra.
Streisand. And Hello, Dolly was the first movie musical I ever saw
Yeah.
and love and grew up on. And so, of course, Michael Crawford as Cornelius Hackle
Yes.
in the movie
Yes.
musical. So I met him and I was like, Cornelius Hackle of Yonkers, New York. And he was so unbelievably cool. He went with it. He was like, it was like his face
morphed
lit up
into-
of like, oh my gosh, like it's not someone saying, oh my God, I love your Phantom. It's like
Right.
this whole other
Right.
thing. And he started going, out there's a world outside of you. And I was like, way out there beyond this hick town, Barnaby. And I was like, Oh my God, like I couldn't believe it. So he's in my book, I mean, he's always been so cool and forever. I mean, I just absolutely adore him. So that was probably one of the highlights of my life.
Now, what was cool about that 25th anniversary concert over there is that it was broadcast. Like I
Yeah.
watched it live here at the Ziegfeld Theater.
Yeah.
Like as you were singing it, we were watching it. Did you feel the pressure of that, or just not think about that?
Yeah, there was the pressure of that. But what's so cool is, as in this life, everything leads you to the next moment. So for me, there is nothing is going to be as intense as that experience, because we didn't have a lot of time to put that whole thing together.
Yeah.
So we hadn't even teched the entire show. We had done like the first act, I think.
Wow.
So not only were we, we hadn't rehearsed everything, our Carlotta had also gotten sick, so they had just
Right,
replaced her with
right.
Wendy, who was was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that also was like, you know what, I gotta get my nerves under control to help out. I can't be like, oh.
Right.
And also I thought to myself, I am streaming live around the world in cinemas.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nobody wants to have come and to see me nervous and trying to get through it. They came to see Christine. We're honoring Christine and Phantom. We're honoring the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
So the best possible thing for me to do is not focus on the pressure. Now, after the whole thing was over, I lost all the bones in my body. I just like melted into, I mean, you can see like even at the curtain call, I was like beaming. I was like, this is amazing. You always feel so good after things, when you face your things that you're afraid of and stuff.
And I know from Twitter that after that you went and then watched it in the movie theater in the rebroadcast, didn't
Yes.
you?
Yeah. Okay.
You
So,
went and then watched it.
picture it. Me, Norm Lewis, and Rosie Ash. Rosie Ash was the original Carlotta, and she played the confidant in They Say That His Youth Has Set the Ladies Out of It in Phantom, the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
How cool is that? She came out for that. So she happened to be in New York, a month after or something, and of course Norm is my daddy. So
Yes, Little Mermaid daddy.
yeah, so the three of us went like in hats because I was like, when am I going to see myself in a cinema? So we definitely went and watched, and it was hard. I didn't actually enjoy it. Because,
What was it like looking up your nose? I mean, your face
it was
is huge.
Huge. It was too much me for me. So, but I could also then see what we had created and stuff, which was you never get to do that in musical theater. So it was.
Well, I think that's the definitive wishing you were somehow here again. Oh my God.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you. I had a lot of spirits with me on that stage. I had invoked a lot of things, and I could feel people who'd come before and everything. So
what I thought was really cool. So Love Never Dies it was the story of Phantom years later.
Yeah.
And we find out that, oh my God, they hooked up. They had a kid, Christine and Phantom, spoiler. So what I thought was interesting about that concert, I felt like the ending was a little different. It was, you know what I mean? You guys sort of altered the ending just slightly in that Christine at the very end sang All I Ask of You. It looks like she was almost singing it to the Phantom, where in the past it's just her and Raoul are
I
off.
know. That sort of organically happened that night. Like, that was not planned. I mean, we had to stay on because we couldn't, like, walk across the stage or something, So all that had happened is they had just changed the blocking.
Yeah.
And then where I was feeling as Christine in that moment was I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. It isn't that I didn't want to go off with Raoul, or that she didn't want to go off with Raoul, and she wanted, but she just didn't know. And that's the only thing that I can bring from Love Never Dies into this one, because you can't bring the future to the present, or the past. So I bring the fact that it does develop throughout Phantom. I think that Christine comes into her own, and so she does start feeling something for him, because at first he's manipulative, being like that he's her angel of music, that her father who has passed away, like, it's really cruel what he does. But then, the only thing that I know is that she loves both of those men, and that she is in love with both of those men for very different reasons. And that, I think, is interesting.
Right. I love that little moment. And what I love about you doing Phantom now is that it means that you can still years from now do Love Never Dies on Broadway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we added a whole bunch of
That'd
years
be
to
neat.
this.
Yeah.
Did you watch? I know that Love Never Dies in Australia.
Yeah.
A different production was done in Australia, and that one got taped. It's
Yeah.
on DVD now. Did you ever watch it?
I have not seen it.
It would be hard probably to watch that.
Yeah, it's always hard to watch something that you originated and that
Yeah.
you feel really, really connected to.
Yeah.
But I hear the set I hear is absolutely gorgeous
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
But I don't feel the need to watch.
Right.
But I do feel the need to do it again.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I feel that. I feel that need to see you do it again.
I'm gonna drink my Broadway.com water now.
Yeah, it's the best water in town. Yeah, as you know, I love Love Never Dies, and I saw it on opening night in London, and was so blown away that the next morning I literally went and bought another ticket to see. I had to hear you sing that aria again. I mean, it was incredible.
Thank
so,
you.
yes, we need to see you do this again.
Okay.
Even if it's years from now, it's okay.
Okay.
Christine Daae can be 60.
Yeah, she can. She'll look cute. I'll make sure she looks cute.
Okay, so I want to play a little game. I have some photos I want to show you, and we're gonna look at photos, and we're gonna just we're just gonna see what's going on. So what? That's a nice photo. So now if you go online, if you go like on Tumblr, Tumblr's a crazy world, and there's a lot of Sierra Boggess like fan love, like crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy levels of it. So I found all kinds of crazy stuff that I wanted to like just talk about. So what is that? Is that a real life Little Mermaid moment?
That is a real life Little Mermaid moment. That is me in the Hamptons when I went to stay at Terrence McNally's house.
Nice.
As you do when you're doing masterclass written by Terrence McNally.
Exactly.
And I went with Al, who was playing Sophie in masterclass as well. And we went to the beach. They let us borrow their light blue bug or Beetle, the car, the VW.
Oh yeah, nice.
It was that's like my dream car. And drove to the beach. And when I go to the beach, I must always do that. A little bit Little Mermaid, flip the hair, and that's that.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, and you're
these photos!
they're everywhere.
Yeah,
you're
okay.
a nature girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was
I
that?
can't help it.
You know where that was?
I'm the product of hippie parents. So yes. And Wayne Dyer says you're supposed to take at least an hour every day and be in nature.
Is that true?
That's true.
Does Times Square count?
No, what's natural about Times Square? And if you find some grass, you let me know. But he says even, just spending time just walking on the grass in your bare feet. If you can't sleep, it's the best cure for that. You go and you walk and you connect with the earth. So I'm connecting with the earth there. That's one of my favorite trees in London.
Oh.
And it's in Hyde Park. And when you guys now will discover it, you'll be like, that's the tree. And you'll probably need to take that very photo.
Yeah, I think everyone should start duplicating that photo and put them on Tumblr.
And
there should be a Tumblr just for that.
Yeah,
dedicated to
hugging
that.
a tree. That's my annual hug a tree.
Okay, now this is a cute photo.
Oh.
Because obviously this Ariel Little Mermaid Disney princess thing is going to follow you forever.
Forever. That's fine.
You'll be a senior citizen lady, and you'll still be
Still
getting
be like,
little
what's
Ariel.
the word? Burn. That time I really won't remember the word.
Yeah, so people are always like presenting you with Ariel things, right?
They are indeed. But this was my 30th birthday.
Oh, okay.
This is my 30th birthday cake. So
and right,
yeah,
appropriate for a
very
8-year-old.
appropriate and appropriate for
That was
an
like last
8-year-old.
year, right?
8-year-old. Yeah, that was last year. That was one of the greatest parties of my life. Jillian Lynn was there.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah, she's like my family when I'm there. She's like my surrogate mother in London.
Awesome.
And Liz Robertson, that's at their house, and Liz Robertson, her husband, arranged that cake for me.
Wow, she was Madame Geary. In Love
She was
Never
Madame
Dies.
Geary in
Yes.
Love Never Dies, and in the 25th anniversary
Yes.
of Phantom.
Now streaming on Netflix.
So, and that's my best friend Kelly in the background there.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right, next. Okay, so there
Who's
you
that?
are. There you are. That's
There
Mr.
we are.
That's the Lloyd Webber.
That is the Lord, yes.
Do you ever like really hang with him?
Yes.
Like, do you feel like you've seen like a real? I'm a huge fan of his, but I don't know what he's really like when he's just like hanging out.
Yeah,
Have you hung out with him?
Oh yeah, we had like a Christmas dinner right before I left. Just he loves a good time. He just loves to have fun, and drink and eat
Nice.
and chat. And, you know, I mostly just, when you're in the presence of someone like that, you just want to hear all their stories.
Right.
And he enjoys telling things. And we have this, I mean, we have ridiculous jokes and everything. This is so not us at the same time, because it's like, you know, he's in the tux and
Formal.
he would rather not be. And me too, I would rather just be, you know, as I am. And, well, hugging a tree. But that was backstage of the Classical Brits, and we were just like, should we take a photo? Yeah, let's take a photo.
Okay, so what is this crazy photo?
That's Ramin, right? Yeah, that's Ramin.
It's you and Ramin. It looks like you're in Love Never Dies costuming.
We are in Love Never Dies. That would be a photo, wow.
Tumblr.
Wow, I'm like, where are they getting these? We had been in rehearsal. As we know, Love Never Dies went back into rehearsal and in rehearsal, and we rehearsed that thing up until the day I left, basically.
Yeah.
So that is us representing how exhausted we were. That's like at the end of the show. And, you know, as a good Phantom and Christine and Ramin and Sierra, we support one another. So we're literally holding each other up at this point.
It's good posture. It's very cute.
Yeah.
This is a fun sort of photo. Wow. It looks like a fan probably took it from the stage door, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys like hanging out of a dressing room?
That is a very memorable evening. That's hanging out of Ramin's dressing room that was my last show of Love Never Dies.
Ah.
And the fans that came, oh my God, the amount of love and energy that was there was incredible. And the stage door of the Adelphi is like this alleyway, basically.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get through. It was like we were like rock stars. And we were hanging out the window and we're like, hey! And they were like, whoa! And then Ramin got his guitar and we started like jamming songs out the window. Like, what? I mean.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Now, this is the type of creepy stuff you find on Tumblr.
What
This is like some
is
creepy,
that?
This is like Beneath a Moonless Sky, a fictional like romance cover of the Ramin as the Phantom really hot, and then you like...
That's neither of our bodies.
No, those aren't your bodies. Those are your faces, alarmingly. And I think you're making a baby.
I think that is us
I think that's the night.
making a baby.
That's what's not in the show. That's what's in between the two shows. That's the in-between musical that'll never be made.
Oh my God.
Does that freak you out a little bit when you see things like that?
I feel, I mean, I've never been so, wow, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I'm a little flustered by that.
Yeah.
Wow, we're gorgeous. In our non-bodies.
Who are those little cuties?
Oh, those are my cats. Celie and Nettie, the sisters from Color Purple.
Oh, of course. Of course.
My sister, I have two sisters, but my older sister, Summer, and I are obsessed with Color Purple. The musical.
Okay, not the
Not
film
just like
or
the
book.
film. I mean, the book and the
But you
film,
love
of
the musical.
course. But the musical, I went to see like 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just like combining two of the greatest things. Musical theater, you know, a Broadway show, and like this spiritual experience.
Yeah.
And so like at the end, you know, like a blade of corn, I was in it. I was like having church. So anyways, my cats, they're both rescues, which I really believe in, that you must rescue animals.
Absolutely.
And that's us hanging out right after I got off the plane
Nice.
from London.
They were in New York.
Yeah, they're in New York. Summer, my sister watches them when
cool.
I'm in London.
Is this, are you Yentl? Are you giving some Yentl?
Yes.
Is it, okay, you are.
That is when I decided to go as Yentl the yeshiva boy.
Because you're obsessed with Barbra Streisand.
Onto the barricade. Because that's professional.
Wait, that character actually went onto the barricade? That's amazing.
I just kept my back to the audience. Listen, if Judi Dench can go on the barricade, then Yentl can go on the barricade. But
That's something else you could have told Barbra Streisand when you met her, but it would have been creepy.
that was one
That
of
would
the
have been one of the
things.
creepy
You are
things.
correct. That's one of the
what-
things on my list
Yeah,
to not
keep
tell
it
her.
not creepy.
But-
okay. What else? Now, is this how you feel up? Is this what's happening?
Oh my God, this is all the way back from Vegas Phantom.
Oh wow, that's an old one.
And the chandelier that we talked about, the exploding chandelier, what it did was it rotated. It was in 3 pieces and it rotated. It was an extraordinary experience that happens at the beginning of the show. Well, it broke. And so we held the curtain for 45 minutes before. So that is me. You know, I was in costume. We took the costumes off. We're all in street clothes at this point. It's 45 minutes into waiting for the show to start. It's nearly 11 o'clock at night because we did 10 o'clock shows in Vegas. So that is some fake like beer can that I found in the company office and thought I would do it's a keg.
Yeah.
And I did a photo shoot with it.
Nice.
That's how I was feeling.
You were living it up in Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Now, I just want, this is just like a still from, I think, the currently
25th.
streaming version of the 25th.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, what is it like being that close to that face?
It is.
Are you just used to it? Do you find it hot? Because your character finds it hot, I guess, kind of.
Does she?
I don't know.
Or does she just focus on the other side?
She focuses on the other side.
Yes, in Love Never Dies, I got used to seeing that face a lot because I had a lot of time to just hang out. Like intermission, you can like go across the hall and hang out with your Phantom in his makeup and stuff. Well, and then I was dating Tam, and so it's like became normal to just see him like that without his face.
Right.
But I try to keep it. I try to keep it as like taboo as possible so that it's actually no matter how much you see it, the first time that you see it on stage as the character, when I reveal it, it's not hard to act that bit.
It's always jarring.
It is like, it's so realistic. How they created that makeup is extraordinary.
Okay, this is a fun one.
Thus, Tam and I on Halloween 2 years ago, I went as Corpse Bride and he went as Jack Skellington, and we thought we should do the Love Never Dies pose.
It's awesome.
As those.
That's a good one. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that you appreciate that.
Now there he is.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's so hot. Now, what is he doing, I wonder?
There's a lot of hair coming out.
Yeah,
of it.
he has decided to, no.
This is your fiance.
This is my fine fiance, and he has decided to go into the wig room and put a wig under his shirt as if he has Wolverine type.
Do you find that hot?
I don't, but I find the rest of him extremely attractive.
This is the other type of thing you see on these Tumblrs. This is a sign that says, keep calm and obsess over Sierra Boggess.
Well, that's not very calm, is it, to obsess?
Keep calm and obsess.
Wow. Oh, my.
Is it weird that people are sitting at home creating these things?
What's weird to me is I still feel like the kid who would do this. But when I was, even in college and stuff, like we sort of had internet, but it wasn't like...
I think that a teenage Sierra Boggess with
been,
Tumblr would have been making some crazy animated GIFs of Hello Dolly.
You're right.
Yeah.
Actually. So I'm not like, oh, to ever, but what baffles my mind is that I still feel like that kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel you.
Keep calm, everyone. This is just a glamour shot of you.
Yeah.
I just like to show how nice you dress up.
Thank you, with my Louboutins in tow.
Yeah.
That's in Paris.
Ooh, oh,
one of my best friends, Veronica, and I, who was my dresser in Phantom Las Vegas, that's when we met. We went to Paris together right before Love Never Dies. And we decided to do a photo shoot with each other throughout our hotel, throughout everywhere we went. We set up shots. We didn't ask anyone to take photos of us. We just set up the camera. I would do it. I would set the camera up, press the thing, run, be like model posy, and then go back, check it. Yep.
You have this sense of fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You keep doing that. I like that.
Okay.
I like that about you.
Thank you.
So you're in Phantom. Now the Prince of Broadway.
Yep.
You're still involved with that.
I'm still involved with that.
That's the tribute to how Prince said will eventually be on Broadway. And are we gonna get to see you, hear you sing Buenos Aires from Evita in that?
Well, yeah, that is
peek?
one of the things that some people had a little sneak peek of that when I came back to do the investors launch or whatever things that you do now to get your Broadway show up.
Right.
And I sang Buenos Aires, which, it's a whole different side of me. And I mean, I love it. So, yeah. I mean, doing a show that will honor Hal Prince, who also is one of the people who gave me my start. You know, I've talked about Andrew and Jilly, but Hal as well has been a friend to me and a mentor. And man, if I can give back to him, this is a show to do it. So.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see that soon.
Hopefully we will.
And you also do Phantom stuff in there too, right? And
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, most of the shows that I love, West Side Story as well, it's like
Nice.
most of these shows that you love that made you want to do this business is Hal's.
Right. That's true. I mean,
So why shouldn't we honor this? I think to myself.
yeah. If I had a check, I would fill it out. If I had the money in the bank, I would fill it out to get that show on Broadway, just to hear you sing Buenos Aires.
Hey, thanks.
But I don't.
I'll
I'm
do
sorry.
it right now. No,
so
I
good. I
won't.
hope other people do.
Yeah. Please do.
Everyone needs to go check out Sierra Boggess. She's streaming on Netflix, as I
It's-
mentioned.
as
But you could also see it live with Hugh Pinero as the Phantom
Yeah.
at the Majestic Theater. You're there through March.
I'm there for 6 weeks only. March 2nd is my last show. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You might see me in the audience multiple times.
Please, please. I hope that.
And have fun at the gala. I'm
Oh
excited.
man,
Very excited.
I'm so excited too.
Thank you so much for coming. It's great to
Thank
see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.